So thankful to the Critical Smoker for making that music for me as the room loads. How y'all doing today? I just wanted to hold on, guys. Let me turn this. Just want to step in here for a little bit while I had a moment and go over what's going on. So yesterday, Thornton Township had their meeting. We went over the meeting. Shout out to the Critical Smoker and Reality Check TV for being able to um, capture those moments. And also today, I wanted to go over the Lansing Journal. They had an article, and it was so weird because um, we were chatting it up after our recaps yesterday, and a couple of you said, "Did Melanie show up?" They were asking Rico the same thing, and so Melanie Youngsma gave us a peek on what she was doing during why she wasn't at the meeting, right? And we rely on her, right? And this was really interesting because she gave us a little sneak peek on what she was doing. And what she was doing was interviewing Carmen Carlisle and Trustee Gonzalez. And actually, you can find that over at her YouTube channel, or the Lansing Journal's YouTube channel. I did share it in the chat and below in the description box. So make sure you subscribe to the Lansing Journal and thank Melanie for all the hard work that her and her community over there at the Lansing newspaper, right? I think it's Lansing's only newspaper, right? What they do to uh to keep us informed and connected. That's what I wanted to say, informed and connected. So, you guys, let's talk quickly about what's going on here. Sorry guys, I'm a little under the weather today. Trying to get better and stuff like that. So, let's get to it. You know how you gotta before you gotta take your vitamin C and do all that good stuff. You like, no, it's not gonna happen. So I got my emergency here and my vitamins. So let's take it, right? All right. So Melanie Youngsma, she explained where she was at Thornton Township and during the meeting, and I thought that was really cool. And good afternoon, Stephen and Gardis and Real Magnolia. And I just want to say hello to everybody. I thought that was pretty cool that she did do the article. So let's go to the article. And it says, I remember this is my first time reading it with you guys actually. And it was yesterday. So she did the wait, was that yesterday? Was it 8th? Yes. Okay. It says, and speaking of the 8th, happy birthday. October the 8th was Alexis Wilson's birthday. May she rest in peace. And our prayers are with Cara Wilson. So that date is memorable to us in the community. So it says, members of the public were surprised to receive a memo Tuesday afternoon announcing that the Thornton Township Board meeting had been canceled for the evening. The memo was from Trustee Carmen Carlisle and Chris Gonzalez and referred to safety concerns. Okay, so we all saw the memo and it says no quorum at tonight's board meeting due to safety concerns. And it was from the desk of Thornton Township Trustee Carmen Carlisle and Chris Gonzalez. So obviously, this is how it goes if you guys don't know. um, so Carmen and Chris, they're voting together. Then you have what's her girl name? Darlene show up when she can. Gray Everett. Darlene's like, oh, whatever. Her and Tiffany usually vote together. The supervisor has a vote. And then you have Jerry Jones, which Jerry Jones, for lack of a better word, we saw that Jerry was going to get up out of there. Jerry Jones, he was like a flapjack. He was flipping from side to side, and it sort of made him the deciding vote on a lot of things. And then we finally hear that he resigned, and it was sad because this is going to be quite interesting. Now, back in the day, in the early days, you would have Pepe, the highway commissioner, You would have Cassandra up there. It would be the whole board up there, including the clerk. And now it's dwindled down to now it's just Clerk Wells and Tiffany Henyard, basically at the board meeting. So when we see that Chris and Carmen are not going to be there, we already know Jerry, he spent like 6 months being absent. So if they're not there, no quorum, period. And then Jerry resigned, no quorum. So that's what happened. We had the no quorum at tonight's board meetings due to safety concerns. We regret to inform the public and media that there will not be a quorum at tonight's scheduled board meeting for 10/8/24. The decision follows unresolved safety concerns that were raised at the 9/24/24 meeting regarding the safety of residents, staffs, and officials. Despite numerous attempts to address the issues with the supervisor's office, we have yet to receive a response regarding the safety plan that is essential for ensuring a secure environment for all attendees. It is our priority to make informed decisions that prioritize the well-being of our community. We will announce a new date for the rescheduled meeting. Thank you for your understanding as we work to ensure the safety of everyone involved. And this says the Thornton Township trustees. It should say Jerry and not Jerry, Chris and Carmen. Not like I think a lot of people get it confused when it's the Thornton Township trustees versus like the Dolton trustees. The same thing with Dolton. The trustees, we have like two on the side, which is Stan and what's his face? I want to say. What's that man's name? Y'all tell me. Andrew. So you got Stan and Andrew over there on the side, right? And then you got the four. I call them the Avengers. The four, the four that stand together. So I think they should always sign and address it individually. But that's just my thoughts of the situation. Okie dokie. Now let's go to the next portion. Let's see. Let's go to. Let's finish, Melanie. Okay. It says the memo was shared via email and social media on Tuesday afternoon, October the 8th. Supervisor Henyard did convene a meeting at Thornton Township headquarters anyway and used the opportunity to share her own message with the crowd. At about 6:40 p.m., a private investigator who was in attendance raised his hand to say, "I'm a private investigator. I have the envelope that says Super Mayor. Inside, I have from the." That was the. Now that right there was too much for me. But and welcome to my show, you guys. It's Burgundy Blue Commentary. So if you didn't know, I give commentary on what's going on, and just from the perspective of being someone that's in the area that sort of grew up there. So I sort of see what's going on, and that was just too much. That was a lot. But hey, that's the title, Super Mayor. That's what she gave her title. Super Mayor. Inside, I have from the United States Northern District of Illinois to you, and it's personal and in your role as mayor. Thank you so much. You've been served. YouTuber Rico Hudson of Reality Check TV Chicago. Shout out to Rico Hudson. Was there to make sure you subscribe to Rico, you guys, please. Was there to live stream the full meeting, including the moment of service. His video is linked below. In an interview with the Lansing Journal, Trustee Carlisle explained she has had concerns about her safety ever since she began speaking out against Supervisor Tiffany Henyard. She said she has filed for an order of protection against food pantry manager Keith Price, an outspoken ally of Henyard who has interrupted and argued with speakers at township meetings. You know what, guys? Forgive me. I have been, like I said, sometimes you get Dalton burnout and you hear a whole lot of stuff. So I hadn't followed up on that. Did you guys know that? I didn't know that. I remember them speaking on the safety issues in September, and but I didn't know that it was like an order of protection file. That's wow. The September 24th meeting of the Thornton Township Board reached new levels of chaos, and Carlisle and Gonzalez. I remember what happened to me. I'm trying to remember. Now I sort of expressed concern for resident safety as well as their own. I did reach out to the administration with my concerns, said Carlisle. I was told pretty much that no one was in danger except Supervisor Hilliard, but I think that's untrue. When you have a room full of chaos, everyone is in danger. You don't know if anyone has a weapon. So you know what, guys? We're probably gonna start getting those metal detectors and all that stuff. And that goes back to even with that's what happened in Dolton. That's how it started. It started with that. People fearing for their safety. Carlisle asked the administration to reach out to the firm that provides security guards at the township meetings and asked them to put together a safety plan. She is unsure if the security firm was ever contacted. Unfinished business. The meeting agenda, which was taped to the glass door of Thornton. Well, let me pause there. So, again, this is my commentary on the safety concerns. It's always a hostile environment. Anytime you go to a board meetings, you have to look, maybe you have to have prayer before you walk in there. And some people think that, like, I'm not a threat. Like they'll be like, I'm not a threat, I'm just talking, or I'm just yelling, or I'm just screaming. People are approaching people now, so it does become threatening. Now I can agree, from somebody that's on the outside looking in, it seems like the trustees are just us looking in. They seem like they're safe because most of the crowd is mad at the supervisor. So I can agree with that. When the safety issue came about, it should have been like, maybe we've been saying like South Holland even. It's hard to drag South Holland police into that, to say that they should be provided, because what would that do? That will bill South Holland for more man hours and stuff, overtime for the police. Now the police have to be at the board meetings, cars have to be there, even though they're just across the street. It's just never been this kind of situation before. So yeah, I think that after the meeting on the 24th, because that's when everybody started approaching the podium, right? That was that whole thing. Um, it should have been in place immediately. I don't know what I saw different this meeting. Maybe that would be something for Rico to talk about. What was different? Like, did he, when he walked in, did they wand the residents? Maybe Rico or Reality Check TV Chicago or Critical Smoker can tell us that. Um, oh, that was the meeting. Now I remember that meeting too, Gardis. Now, it's been a lot of stuff. I remember the meeting with you and Mr. Roberts. It's been this, all of this. So I stand corrected. I stand corrected. Because I can remember the you and Mr. Roberts situation. I can remember the Gonzalez kids situation. I can remember the podium situation. So it has been escalating. And like I said, when stuff starts to escalate, this is what's going to happen. And if they have to have the police get involved, that's when South Holland bears the burden of more bills, you know, bills. We're gonna have to bill South Holland for their time to stay at the village meeting, right? Like if they have to have on duty police every time. Interesting. Hey, Miss Aja. Hey, everybody that entered the room. Welcome to Burgundy Blue Commentary. What we're doing right now, we're talking about the Lansing Journal's article. And Melanie Yangsma, what she did was she stood back because she knew it wasn't a quorum. And she said, hey, let me take another route and let me go ahead and interview the trustees who sent this letter out. And I think that was pretty cool to give us a different side of what's going on. And what we like to do over here is try to cover both sides of the story. So let's go back to what is okay. So now the second part of the article is unfinished business. We talk a lot about that. This is interesting. Okay. Thumbs up, and don't forget to visit the Lansing Journal. Um, the meeting agenda, which was taped to the glass door of Thornton Township headquarters, within the required 48 hours and later uploaded to the Thornton Township website included a mix of new items and items that have appeared, sorry guys, on what's this? Oh, appeared on, sorry guys, appeared on previous agendas. Trustee Carlisle explained to the Journal that 3 of the items listed under old business were ones that she and Trustee Gonzalez had outvoted Henyard on at the September meeting, where they were the only trustees present. They learned later that 3 votes are required to pass anything on a 5-member board, so their approval of those items was invalid. She and Gonzalez returned those items to the October 8th agenda in the hope that Trustee Jones, Trustee Gray Everett, or Supervisor Henyard would vote with them for the good of the township. So here are the items, guys. Number 1, approval of an ordinance related to establishing a whistleblower protection policy for Thornton Township, Cook County, Illinois. We really felt it was important to have the ordinance. We want to encourage employees and residents to report misconduct without fear of retaliation, explained Carlisle. Number 2, motion to direct the township attorneys to send Nation Builder a cancellation void ab initio notice. Is that what is that, guys? Let's see. That is a software. Okay, that is a software used in campaigns a lot of times, and so we just want to make sure that the funds are being used the proper way. Explain, Carlisle. Oh, okay. So I wonder if that's like the text and all that stuff that we get. Sorry, guys, I get a sip of water. That we get, automatically through like the phone systems and stuff like that. Miss Asia said the meetings have gotten so crazy, which she said my parents will never be there. I don't think people, elders, this sounds crazy because I know Thornton Township, but if you don't feel safe about your parents, don't let them there, and don't let children there either. I don't think children should be there. Okay. Number 3, motion to require the supervisor to retain separate counsel within the next 90 days, subject to the township's indemnification ordinance for the following cases against Thornton Township. That's going to be Thrash, Lawrence, and Dukes. If there is even a possibility of a conflict of interest, they should be willing to withdraw themselves. We just want to do what's best for the township, said Carlisle. Trustee Jones, however, had announced his resignation the previous evening. She has it highlighted. Let's see. Okay, we'll talk about that. She does have it highlighted. That his resignation. Oh, let's go to the resignation letter. I didn't see it. It says, Gerald Jones. This letter is written on behalf of Gerald Jones, Thornton Township trustee. Please accept this as my official resignation as trustee of Thornton Township, Illinois, effective October 7, 2024. It has been my appreciation for the opportunity to serve you on the township board, and to the resident staff, board members, and administration. I am deeply grateful for this opportunity. Please know at this time I must prioritize my personal and health life going forward. Wow. So he was a trustee for more than 10 years. More than 10 years. Okay. Let's go back to Melanie's article. What y'all think about that? Hey, Tracy. Sorry, guys. I'm gonna get me some soup for lunch. I'm sorry. I know y'all can hear it in my voice a little. Trying to get it together. Okay. So let's go back. And this is great. So now it's budgets and bills. Regarding the budgets for Thornton Township General Assistance Fund and General Fund, Carlisle said the trustees have been putting a lot of work into reviewing the numbers and asking questions to the Kasperick firm. You know what? Choose Compassion has been covering that Kasperick firm. That's the Thornton Township CPA, and they also do work for Dolton. So I'm interested in knowing more about that and keeping the administration updated throughout the process. Regarding the approval of bills for the General Fund and General Assistance Fund, 3 votes were cast at the September meeting to approve the list of bills, with some exclusions. Supervisor Henyard had demanded the list of bills be read out loud into record at both the September 24th meeting and the September 10th meeting. So Carlisle was prepared to provide a hard copy of the list at the October the 8th meeting. She shared it with the Lansing Journal as well. Okay, so you guys, we got the hard copy of the list. Great job, Melanie. So we probably would have had this 11-page list handed out to us there. So this is the list of general fund items suggested for potential removal. Let me put that link inside the chat as well. And hey, everybody joining us, great job. So it's 11 pages. You could go over it. I don't have a lot of time today. Sorry, guys. I wish I had more time to go over some of this important stuff, but it's right there for you guys. It says new insurance items. Under the new business, the October the 8th agenda includes approvals of 3 insurance-related items to be presented by Vista National, a division of Brown & Brown of Illinois. Okay, so this is the health insurance plan. And I remember Tiffany saying that they were supposed to vote on that. So the approval of the 2024-25 health insurance plan. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. I thought I was looking at the 2024 and 2025 health insurance plan, dental insurance plan, and life insurance plan. Approval of new structure for employee deductions for the insurance premiums, and approval of employee assistance program by CureLink. Let me tell you, they need EAP going through what they going through. Please get these people what they need, because that is not fair at all. I'm sure these employees are stressed out. I just had a ton of questions I wanted to ask, said Carlisle, indicating that the HR department did reach out to her on October the 2nd to set up a meeting. They were kind of in a rush, and they said they wanted to add it to the agenda. Carlisle said for something this important, trustees need to be given more time to review the details, weeks rather than days. You know, I agree. You want time to review those details, especially when these where the employees will be stuck for what? How long do you, when you sign on for your benefits, like the whole year, or maybe as long, however they lock into contracts, right? So I agree. I just, at the end of the day, they're still waiting. So I don't know. It's just like no way to be in the middle with that. Giving township money away. The October 8th agenda also included approval of the supervisor's 100% tax refund for all homeowners of Thornton Township. That happens every year, just so you guys know. So if you are in the area, make sure you look into that. I think the most popular one was when she went on Facebook, when the super mayor went on Facebook and said $1 million giveaway. This is the same thing. You guys correct me if I'm wrong. That's totally a Tiffany item, said Carlisle. They didn't present us with the actual numbers. There's a lot of homeowners in Thornton Township. So I think this is something she just kind of pulled out of her hat to say, see, guys, the board of trustees, they don't want to do anything for the community. Well, I think Zuccarelli was doing that too when he was giving us what? Let me just pause on that. Let's put a pin in that, because you had a tax rebate, like that's something that you get every year. Some people get that rebate from Thornton Township. We have to research that. Let me know what y'all think. So she said it's just a Tiffany item. Okay. So Carlisle explained that serving the community well means being thoughtful and planning ahead. You have to present numbers. It's irresponsible. It's irresponsible for her to put these things out there before she actually done the work as to how we're effectively going to incorporate something like this, because it's a lot of money. Oh, and that's what I was wondering. What did people was able to pull, like they see, that's what we need. I guess you need somebody like me there. That I'm thinking about it, and I was trying to sit back, but yeah, because I want to know what was the pamphlets they gave out at the meeting. It wasn't just the agenda, it was a little thicker than that. I wonder if that was numbers. Maybe I'll call over and ask. They handed something out. All right. Next, Carlisle explained serving the community well means being thoughtful and planning ahead. You have to present the numbers. I read that part. I'm sorry. Another quote Tiffany item on the agenda was approval of bonuses for all Thornton Township employees. Again, no plan or numbers were provided, so Carlisle expressed questions about how much money would be distributed in total, how much money per employee, how the bonus amount would be calculated per employee, and why were bonuses being considered now. I'm not saying people don't deserve bonuses, said Carlisle. Now, they've been arguing about bonuses for a long time, you guys. Most notably, I think it was Michael Smith always brings up like Stephanie got a bonus, like you got a bonus, you got a bonus. So I just think if the people work hard, give them their bonus. Also, I also think if we can afford it, give them their bonus. But then I also think about like those. I go back to that Sandra Tracy speech where like 133 people are sitting there now without a job this year. I don't know. It's just all a mess. I'm not saying people don't deserve bonuses, said Carlisle, but we just have to make sure the right practices are being done and everything is fair and equitable for all employees. That's fair. Regarding Henyard's request for approval of Halloween purchases, estimated budget $5,000. Carlisle said she does Halloween every year, and $5,000 for her can turn into $65,000 real quick. Okay. The requested ordinances is the next subject. So, what y'all think so far? And shout out to the Lansing Journal. I did link it. So, you guys, I think this is a great article just to see the other side of things. But you know what's really sad, but not sad? Okay. We're looking at this interview with Melanie and Trustee Carlisle. Now, I know this sounds weird, but don't you think like the employees and stuff, now everyone can read this side, and maybe if they came to work today, they understand what's going on in those two trustees' heads and why they didn't show. Maybe even Jerry, because I'm sure they're not communicating clearly with each other. Maybe he can read this, and then maybe Tiffany can read this. And then also, even the video that Tiffany did when she got to speak at Thornton Township meeting, they were able to watch that. So it seems like media and YouTube it's like reality check TV and Melanie Yogsma are really doing the communication for Thornton Township, which when you think about it might work favorably because now they could say when she's reading 5,000 turn to 65,000, Tiffany could say, "Oh, I'll make sure it's 5,000 now," so they won't say nothing, And then the same thing with the employees talking about the health benefits. They're saying they don't have enough days. Maybe somebody in HR can put a rush on some bullet points. I don't know if that's making sense. Maybe now it's sort of open up some kind of portal, much like Poltergeist, where people can see both sides of what's going on in Thornton Township. All right, let's go to the requested ordinances. And if you're with me, hit the like button. Let me know if you get what I'm saying. I'm like, this might have been the most communication they had, like through reality check TV and Melanie Youngsma. Like, that might be it. I swear. Carla explained that all the ordinances trustees have been proposing are intended to make township government more accountable and accessible to township residents. Their proposed salary ordinance would abolish the longevity increase for trustees, clerk, assessor, highway commissioner, and supervisor, making a flat rate for each position regardless of tenure. She hopes this will attract more newcomers to public service, and it could prevent salary from becoming a reason for old timers to stay beyond their ability and interest in serving. The proposed ordinance related to employee termination procedures in an effort to ensure that employees are treated fairly regardless of who's in office. We're just trying to let the employees know that we care about what they're going through and we want to have those safeguards in place for them, said Carlisle. So The forensic audits. The agenda included discussion about three separate areas of investigation and possible forensic audit, two of which have been submitted by trustees. Number one, the township's outreach department, including its funding, expenditures, contracts, staff, employees, and management of its finances. There are a lot of concerns in outreach, said Carlisle. She expressed concerns that the outreach department is being used as a campaign mechanism rather than to promote township services. Number two, certain grant money and township funds related to the at risk youth program focus on the allocation and usage of these funds. They haven't given us any documentation on the grant, said Carlisle, adding that the trustees' requests for information have gone unanswered. She is hoping an independent investigator will be able to get the information and resolve any discrepancies. Q and Lori Lightfoot. I tell you one person working, Lori. Lori keeping her job, baby. And hit the like button if you guys are here. And if you can, help me reach my $10 goal. It is my QR code in the corner. And yeah, I appreciate y'all so much. The Township Special Services Department, including its funding, expenditures, contracts, staff, and employees, and management of its finances. Now, Supervisor Henyard added that one. I don't know where that one came from. As long as I've been at the township, I haven't ever heard any discrepancies with the Special Services Department. So I have no clue why that's on there. What, yeah, okay. I'm like, yeah, a lot of these departments are floating, huh? Supervisor Henyard's unofficial meeting included a response from Keith Price to the safety concerns, verbal details from the finance director, Robert Hunt. Poor Robert. Y'all, Robert needs a vacation. He needs a vacation. And about 100% tax rebate and the serving of the lawsuit, which occurs around the 41-minute mark on Reality Check TV's live stream video below. Henyard's response, she made a reference to clickbait and said, I get sued all the time. And that's it. Thank you, Melanie. I thought that was very insightful. I feel like Melanie and Reality Check TV and Critical, they're like the connection for everybody to communicate now. So now Jerry Jones is gone. This is going to be something different, something very different. We're getting close to election time. We got like 4 board meetings around that for Dolton left, about 7 for Thornton Township, just off the top of my head. This is just probably going to roll over to election time. In the meantime, I just hope everybody stays safe and take care of themselves. I also want to bring up that, who you think her pick will be? You know what I think the wrong pick would be, but I feel like I don't know why I had a dream about this. But who, like, if Tiffany is the only one, what if Michael Smith, since he can't be village administrator, he would be over there as a trustee? You know what I mean? I just wish it could be like a town hall vote, the whole town hall, but it's not going to be. I, the bad thing about Jerry Jones, even though he resigned because he probably was scared to make any kind of decision, because he used to vote all the time with Tiffany. Then all of a sudden he switched his vote, and then him and Tiffany started getting into it. And then Miss Darlene, she just don't show up because she doesn't want to be bothered with this stuff. And we've heard the supervisor say that herself, like she don't want to be bothered with this, and she walks off sometime, It's just really sad. It's sad that they can't communicate. And I think, like I always tell you guys, I'm not there, but my commentary is, hey, I think this was a group. I think we've really gotten to like a big friend beef. This is a group of cool people. I mean, on both sides, everybody's like, oh, I'm gonna help you, scratch my back, I scratch yours. I'm gonna help you, you help me. We're friends. We're going to each other barbecues. We hugging babies. Bam. And then all of a sudden promises weren't made, and boom. I'm not saying it was necessary, anything corrupt. Just I think we're in a big friend beef. I think that's even how Vegas happened. Like everybody, all the homies went to Vegas together. You know what I mean? And then boom. And sometimes when you cross those lines between professionalism and friendship, that's when the wires get crossed, and that's what happens, right? So let me know y'all thoughts. Again, thanks to Melanie and the Lansing Journal. And I'll be back, you guys, when I can give you a little, make sure you click the like button, subscribe. And if you can, help us reach our $10 goal. And make sure you subscribe to the Lansing Journal and support them as well. I appreciate you so, so much. And until next time, take care of yourself and each other.
Commentary blue, commentary, burgundy, commentary, commentary blue, commentary, comment burgundy blue.